Welcome back to Ollie Talks Airsoft. Today I'm going to be doing an update on my second MWS rifle, and I've had a little delivery which was a Magpul MOE Trigger Guard. So anyone that saw my last update video on this will know that yes, this part here is pretty annoying. So what I'm going to be doing is I'll be doing a fitting video, because I know that this actually isn't just a drop-in fit. I know that I'm going to have to do some modifying to it, which is why I went for the polymer version. So that's one side. So you get the two pins. I don't know whether I'll actually use these. I may very well just use the ones that are already in the gun. So that's usually the best way to go with these kind of things, because you know that those pins are going to fit, and I'd rather modify an additional part rather than sort of keeping this intact and modifying the actual gun itself. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I believe it's just a bit of material needs to be taken off. I'll have a quick look and I'll do a video more than likely covering that. But one other thing you've probably just noticed is that I have a bipod on the front of this. So in order that I can make some better videos for you guys and do a bit more shooting stuff, I am not the best shooter in the world, so I figured I should probably invest in a bipod, just so that I can bring some steadier shots to you guys. I don't have the camera equipment yet, but this came on sale and it was less than half price. It's the Magpul Bipod, so it's one that I had actually been looking at, and yeah, I was really lucky to pick this up for a decent price. So far, it seems pretty good. It's a bipod. The only thing that I'm really using it for is standing a gun up if I'm going to be working on something, or it's basically for like bench work and things like that. As far as actually going out into game, I don't really advise taking a bipod out. It just gets caught on stuff and you never actually use it. If you're going to sit in one place, then you're probably not playing right. Well, no, you're playing your own way, but that's just not how I play. I'll tend to be moving around a bit more. For me, this is a liability, but when it comes to me trying to show what an upgrade has done to a gun or something like that, then yeah, bipod's going to be really handy. It's going to be really useful for me. So yeah, more to come on that, and when I've sort of figured out some of the strengths and benefits of it, then I will do a proper I'll do a review on it. But at the moment I've only had it a couple of days. Seems alright, but it's a bipod, isn't it? So I will say this though, the only bipods that I've ever had previously have been like fake ones, like a fake Harris, and there was another one as well that I've got somewhere, a fake Atlas one as well. They're just not very good. They're kind of gritty, and they always kind of cant and tilt in the wrong way. This one seems to be a lot better so far, but then this is a proper Magpul one. So yeah, from having basically no Magpul on this gun whatsoever, I will be attaching on a Magpul Trigger Guard, so that's permanently on there, and obviously it's got a bipod. This is the Picatinny version, so I can take it off and put it on any of my other guns. So it's not just going to be for this one particular gun. That'd be pretty wasteful. No, I got the version that I can put on all of my guns, so hopefully I can bring some more consistent stuff to you guys, which will be really good for the future. Also, I was going to talk about this gun. Makes the gun way too long, but this is I believe it's the Angry Gun tracer can. And there's a reason that I was going to explain to you guys, the reason that I don't actually use this. So it's one of their QD ones. You kind of put it on and you twist the collar. But there's a couple of fundamental kind of flaws with this particular system that I just wanted to draw people's attention to, because sometimes it can lead to baffle strikes, and basically even at 5 feet away, your BBs are going to be deflecting all over the place, and you're going to be shooting a cone like that. It's unbelievable, and it has happened to me. So I was really disappointed. I was doing a a little bit of testing at home, and I was shooting into a box and noticed that the BBs was kind of deflecting all over the place. Realised that, yeah, the reason for that is this can. So there are a few things I like about it and a few things that I don't like about it. I like the fact that it's cheap. It wasn't very expensive at all. It did come with a steel flash hider, which was really cool. Or it came with a steel war comp, which is currently on here. I like the fact that it is QD, and when you put it on correctly, like, there's basically no wobble in that. There is a little. It's not perfect, but once it's on, they do go on pretty tight. But the issue that I have is actually to do with how the whole thing is attached together. And you would think, obviously, it's completely hollow, being a can for a tracer. So you can take the front off, which is where you would put your tracer unit in, but you can also unthread this back bit. So you can also literally take all of this rear part off. And the problem that you find is, as you're either tightening or loosening the QD system on the gun, then you can actually end up unscrewing the actual threading for it. So it's just not that it should have just been made as kind of one piece, or they should have just like seriously Loctited it. So because the threading that's hidden just under here is so fine, it's really easy. It almost wants to misthread. It almost wants to not set up correctly. So just if you're going to use one of these, do be warned that it may not be everything that you're hoping it's going to be. For me now, I mean, it's fine for the look. So if I want to have that really long sort of DMR kind of look to my gun, then yep, we can do that. We can get all that achieved without any issue. But as far as actually taking it out into game, no. This never comes out if I'm actually going out playing, because it's not consistent, it's not reliable, and when you've got a gun like this that's, it's really loud, anyone that's using a gas rifle will know, as soon as you fire that first shot, everyone knows where you are. So it would be great if this actually worked, but all the noise kind of actually comes from like the bolt and the moving action of the gun. It doesn't really come from anything else. So what you need is a silencer that basically goes around the receiver of the gun. So for me, it's cool, but it is just for the look, and I'm sad to say that. But other people may have had more luck with like RC2s and things like that, so they do slightly shorter versions, and obviously the shorter it is, the less likely you are to get a baffle strike on it. So that's just something to consider. But certainly, if you're going to go for one of the tracer can versions, yeah, they can. You can get baffle strikes, and I believe it is to do with this part here. Just the threading is so fine that you could probably just like tear the end out pretty much. It's not that well made, so just be warned about that. If you're going to get one because you were hoping that it was going to make your gun quieter, then it probably won't. So yeah, maybe save some money and don't do it. Right, now, one other thing that I wanted to bring to everyone's attention, and this isn't actually something that has affected me, it has affected someone else. And this is one of the reasons that I've been saying to everyone to like join. If you've got Tokyo Marui gas rifle of any kind, then join the Discord group, because you're going to get advice, you're going to find things out. There is a lot of help on there, and there are people that know a lot more about the system than I do. Compared to some of those guys, I'm a complete novice. So just, it's all about building a community and getting the knowledge out there for anyone that needs it. So this part here that you can see sticking out, someone else has actually had that break on their folder. So not happened to me yet, obviously, but it's I just wanted to bring that to people's attention, because it's not particularly cheap. This is the best part of £100. And for something like that to break, to get what I would consider to be a critical failure on the system for something so expensive, I think that is that's pretty shoddy. So, you know, am I going to close this with more care in the future? I probably should. So yeah, anyone that's thinking about it, I don't know. I don't know if OMG are going to change it at all, or make it a bit beefier, or upgrade it at all. It'd be good to hear that they were going to do that, but we'll have to wait and see. In other news, the CMMG buffer retaining pin in there seems to be working absolutely fine. So far, no issues. So yeah, pretty happy with it. So that's the stuff that's going on with this gun. I want to do some updates because I've got some other things coming up on other guns as well. But yeah, for the MWS, that's it. And I will do my video all about how to either file down or trim the trigger guard. I'm going to start on that in a minute. So anyway, until the next video, guys, take care.